Hello everyone and welcome back to Apprentice League Season 14. We are here in the beauty of Japan and this track definitely matches it, however maybe not in the driving sense. A lot of the drivers here do not enjoy the track, and that is from AL all the way up to UL. Here as we start qualifying, it is a very nice track to look at as we go around it, especially on the high zoom as well. A lot of stuff you don't see. Lena, the track maker, definitely puts a lot of time into making the tracks. However, they're just maybe not people's favorite to race on with FES 3. Maybe with FES 4 this track would be a little bit more fun, but we're not there yet. Next season though, only one to go with this boat of a car. Anyway, we've got really good attendance actually here. We've got 14 people racing, a couple people making their debut or return. I believe I guess Baby Ferry, but that sounds really awkward to say, so I'm just going to call him Ferry, is returning. Nickel is returning, not Nick Hill, the Mazda driver. Nick Hill is returning as we cross the line for lap 1, and it's Axis with a 42.7, 5/10 above second. That's awesome. Mr. Crunk's here. Oh, what the hell? Oh, awesome. Mr. Crunk is returning as well. He's doing well up in third so far. Who else is here? Polak is here. I believe this is actually his AL debut. I know he's done a couple races in JL. I believe this is AL debut for Polak. He is also racing JL later on today. Majumdar is back. He's currently leading the championship, followed by Kata in 5th. Who's currently in 5th, and Ricky Boy who's currently in 8th and 3rd. Trixie as well had a pretty good weekend last week. I believe they were 4th. Second lap of qualifying. Who's going to improve? No one. Up into first, it is still Axis with that 42.7. Up in pole, Kata improved to a 43 flat in second as we go through our last lap. Polak in last position. It is the two Zepec drivers in 13th and 14th. I need therapy after this, I think. This is going to be a fun weekend for the Zepex team. Up at the top, it is Ricky Boy, Kata, and Axis leading the way in qualified. Gerald Joling. Is it Gerald? I think so. In 4th, Nico on return in 5th. He's been doing a lot of mocks lately with myself and a lot of other people. But the last lap of qualifying, is it Axis on pole? Yes, it is. It is Axis on pole with his 42.7, the only sub 43 in qualifying. This was not a very good qualifying from the grid so far. It's Kata in P2 with a 43 flat. Ricky Boy in P3. Nickel in P4 on return. Gerald Joling in P5. Go 14 also returning from last week, but before that he didn't race much. Patiotis P7. Mr. Crunk on return to the Apprentice League in 8th. Majumdar, who leads the standings, is down in 9th. Polak up into 10th. Zepex aren't washed. Come on, with a 43.8. Trixie in 3rd, Ferry in P12, Mathigo in P13, and Smackleybean in P14, rounding out the grid. Well then, we are here in Japan to start this race. 15 laps because it's a long track. Axis in P1 with the only sub 43 of the quali. Kata in P2, Ricky Boy in 3rd, and Nico on return in P4. No more delay, we are on our way in Japan. Getting off well is Axis. Kata blocks off Ricky Boy. They're all in formation here going into turn 1, and everyone seems to get through very nicely. Patiotis hits some of the blue stuff, and Polak and Ferrier. Oh, Mr. Crunk's off as well. Okay. Trixie is falling back. Polak seemed to be pushed off there by Ferry, who is on return, I believe, so maybe not doing the best. They're going too wide. Go 14 and Nico, two high pingers, two people who are known to teleport here, but they get through pretty safe. Majumdar is having a torrid race all the way down in P10 is your championship leader so far. 3 wide into the big weird hairpin here is Axis. Gerald and Kata. Ricky Boy leads the way here, hoping to get a gap, but hits the grass and through goes Kata up into P1 on the medium tyres. Ricky Boy on the softs. That is not what he told me his strategy was before, so we will see if that's maybe a mistake or not. Ricky Boy down the inside of Kata through the Chinese section here. This really is just a rip-off of China and Spain as Ricky Boy pushes Kata onto the grass a little bit there. Majumdar is up into P6 out of absolutely nowhere. How did he get there? No one knows. Nikhil is being passed by Smackleybean, who's up into P10. He has done a complete swap with his Zipek's teammate, who's down in P13 after a pretty good quality. Mr. Crunk, after very, very, very little practice, is in P9. Mathigo up in P8. Patiotis is doing pretty well up in P7. Majumdar and Gerald Rowling going too wide into the last turn. Both get through pretty safely. Majumdar has had a pretty good start and good recovery. Ricky Boy, Axis going through on Go 14 there, sorry. And Ricky Boy is up in P1 by a second, and he's hit the grass. Commentator's curse at its finest, ladies and gentlemen. Joling and Majumdar is still going too wide, and that has allowed Mathigo, Patiotis, and Mr. Crunk to catch up. Patiotis hits the grass, and Smacklybean is going too wide now into the... I need to know the turn names by JL, Jesus. Smacklybean up into P9. Really good job from him so far on his second race ever of the leagues. Majumdar and Joling still going too wide all the way through the last 2 laps here. Oh, that was a send out of nowhere, and they've lost Axis there. They've lost the top 4, however, they could get it back. I'm surprised Joling didn't let Majumdar through. He's definitely one of the quicker drivers on race pace. And yes, I know, I'm aware, I've voice cracked like 4 times so far. Kata has passed now Ricky Boy, who is on the mediums. The softs start to wear about, yeah, thanks for that, Dog Gamer. I know I voice crack. Excuse me. Kata is on the better medium tires at this point. By about lap 4, the softs actually start to fall off, and Ricky Boy pushes Kata into the grass. That is not a good move, and it looked like he was maybe slowing down there, but he did not. Go 14 is up into P3. Axis up in P4. He has not lost out so far this race. I really hope I don't curse him. I want him to do well. Axis always gets super, super, super unlucky in the races. He is up in P3 in the podium positions. Go 14 still going too wide into turn 1, turn 2, and the full Chinese section. Now Axis has got the slipstream off of the back of Kata. He is making the softs work, unlike Ricky Boy. Never mind. Go 14 goes through and pushes him a little bit into the grass there. However, Axis doesn't lose a lot of time. Joling is still leading Majumdar, who's still leading Mathigo, but never mind. Joling has hit the grass, and Majumdar is on his tail. Mr. Crunk, in a world of his own, 2 seconds in front, 2 seconds behind to Ferry, Patiotis, Nickel, Trixie, and Smacklybean is down in 13th, and Polak is last. Ma'am, can you call the therapist? Jesus Christ. Ferry and Patiotis is in 10th, 9th actually. Patiotis is doing pretty well, up in the top 10. Mr. Crunk up in P8 with very, very, very limited practice so far on this track. Mathigo doing well as Ricky Boy and Kat are going too wide into the exit of the Chinese section down to the Spanish hairpin. I am just fully going off of the other 2 tracks that this track is a bit of a rip-off of. I need to know the track numbers as Ricky Boy gets really aggressive, does not want to lose out. Let me just take a moment. Anywho, Axis and Ricky Boy going too wide. Now, the whole pack is caught up. Kata goes wide. Axis pushed onto the grass, and Ricky Boy almost down to 3rd. Now he is down to 3rd. Goes into the pits, same as Axis, and they hit the wall between them. Joling is up into P2. Majumdar up into P3, but the Ara pit stop behind. That was an absolute shambles going into the pits there from Axis and Ricky. Mathigo. Yeah, Ricky wasn't planning to pit until lap 7, so that could completely screw up his strategy. He wanted to go into mediums, I believe. Nickel is down in P9, still in the hard tires. I don't think hards were the way to go to start. Well, hards are never the way to go to start a race, but hey ho, it's AL. You see a lot of different strategies. Patiotis is not letting Ricky Boy get through cleanly here. He is fighting him to the absolute... Jesus Christ, what is going on? He is fighting him to the absolute max, even though he's on bad tires and is going to pit soon. So he is just completely screwing over the race for the love of the game. Absolute love of the sport. Axis and Ricky Boy still trying to get through Patiotis. Jesus. So yeah, that means Majumdar has caught up to the top pack. Kata leads the way here on paper on the better tires. However, they won't be by the end of the race. And Ricky Boy goes through. What an overtake from Ricky there. He is in provisional first place once Crunk, Go 14, and Gerald Joling pit. Patiotis has done his bit, being the Latifi of this league and making things happen up at the front from the back. Michael Massey in this championship to the end, not wanting Majumdar to miss out on a chance of a win here, it seems. We all know. Oh! Mr. Crunk is completely wiped out. His North American... never mind, Cat is South American. I am so stupid, Jesus. Majumdar going for the send on 2 drivers here. Up into P1. No, never mind, Go 14 is still there. Majumdar is up into P2. However, provisionally P1, because Go 14 has still to pit, hits the grass, makes everyone come with him, and Kata's gained 2 places and hits the grass herself. Oh my god, what a shambles that whole section was. Majumdar showing that he is still a mobile driver at heart with that move, it seems. Gerald Joling and Ricky Boy going too wide there. Kata was absolutely destroyed in that whole section. Poor Kata. Axis up into P5, who is doing very well, making her feelings very, very known here. Ricky Boy, Majumdar and Joling going 3 wide here. Ricky Boy pushed onto the grass, Joling pushed onto the grass. Axis up in the back of Ricky, and now Go14 comes out the pits, it seems, in P5. Matthew up into P7 after Ferry Pids allowing Patiotis, I believe, up into P8, Crunk into P9, and Trixie into P10. Kata is still in the pack, don't worry. Go Joling hits the blue stuff there, maybe pushed a little bit by Axis, or maybe it was just stupid to go too wide into that corner. I'll let you be the judge of that. Axis pushed onto the grass with the trailer move there. Ricky Boy up through on Axis, not Axis, that's not Axis pen, up on Majumdar here, who is still fighting. Surely they work together to break away from Kata and Axis. No, they don't. This is AL, ladies and gentlemen. They're going to fight to the last lap. Majumdar is looking to go down the inside. Ricky blocks it off here, going wide. That gives him a bad entrance into turn 1. He brakes, checks Majumdar, and this was pretty damn well. Majumdar goes through on the inside. Will he hit the grass? No, he doesn't this time. And he's pushing Ricky Boy so wide that Kata and Axis have fully caught up now. Kata's through on Axis. I missed that. I apologize. Kata and Axis almost going too wide there, but Kata just gives him a little shove just to show that she is going through into P3 and maybe into P2. And it's a lag rocket and they go off the track. Ricky Boy, Kata and Majumdar go off the track. Axis is up into P2. Joling is up into P3. And Majumdar still somehow leads out of all of that. Kata pushed onto the grass by Axis. What's he doing? I don't know. There's 4 laps to go and there's so much going on. Ricky Boy is really pushing Joling wide, but Joling says, no, we're going too wide into turn 1. And Ricky Boy kills Axis and Kata with him. What is he doing? Oh my god. Majumdar and Joling now lead by about a second gap. Now Kata and Axis hitting the grass. Go14 is caught up and he's on the soft tires. Oh my absolute scenes. Go14 could get a podium now, just out of these drivers being completely stupid so far. Joling and Majumdar up ahead, having an incredible fight here for the lead of the race. Ricky Boy is still back, still in that pack, leading away from Kata and Axis. Surely you slipstream to catch up. No, Kata's going for the move down the outside and through it goes Axis on Kata and maybe even Ricky Boy into the last final turns. And chicane and through it goes Kata and kills Axis. Oh my god. My blood pressure cannot take this race, I swear. Oh, that was a good cut. Thanks, Polak, for that. Majumdar still leads the way with 3 laps to go. Joling just behind on return to the league system. Joling through on Majumdar into this horrible section. That turn is horrible because of that blue bit. Oh, a little bit of rest from the fighting just for a moment. Kata is down into P6. Oh, she's been killed, but she's certainly done her bit of killing as well. Ricky Boy now, it seems, is catching up. Axis and Go14 seem happy enough to sit in the slipstream. Majumdar going for the move into that really horrible hairpin and gets the move done very well. Joling is still in P2. Ricky Boy, however, has caught Axis just behind, same as Go, who's on the soft. However, they're going to be wearing just about now. Joling through with a very good move on Majumdar. Majumdar hits the grass and brake checks Ricky, which gives Joling about a second's gap here. Axis and Go14 have caught up now. Kata is completely out of this, it seems. Majumdar down into P3. Ricky Boy up into P2. Axis falling back. Go14 hits the grass. And Joling is still in P1 with 2 laps to go here. Ricky Boy, well, 1.5 laps to go here. Ricky Boy leads from Majumdar, who started in 10th, up into 1st, and now down into 3rd. What a race this has been. Kata is fighting up for the grip for 4th. However, it seems that the podium is much decided between these 3 drivers. Ricky Boy through on Gerald Rolling with a great move there. And it looks like he's going to have a good exit. Never mind, they're going too wide into the first corner. Ricky Boy backs out of it, hits the grass. Oh, brake checks Majumdar. So with 1 lap to go here, Gerald Rolling is going to have 1 second gap. Majumdar goes through on Ricky. He is not waiting around for anything. Will he be able to catch up to Gerald Rolling? Ricky's got better tires. What are they doing? Gerald Jolling's going to win the race here. Please, someone tell me if he's won a race before. I have no idea. Ricky through on Majumdar with a Great move there. Through it goes Kata on goal and Axis in one corner. But Gerald Joling has absolutely made his peace with this race. He is 1.5 seconds ahead here. He is going to come round the final few corners as all of these drivers are still in the hunt for the podium. But it's going to be Gerald Joling on return who wins the Kazagura A-Prix. It is going to be a 3-way fight. It's going to be Kata in P2, Majumdar in P3, Ricky Boy missing out on the podium in P4. With a 3-way tie for the finishing podium spots there. Axis in P6, Mathikil in P7, crossing the line, Mr. Crunk in P8, Matiotis in P9, Ferry in P10, Trixie in P11, Nico on return in P12, and it is the Zipex duo in last and second last. Holy oh my lord. A 3-way, 3 wide into the last turn there for second place, and Gerald Joling just done his bit there to make sure he waited for his moment and he broke away when the most of the chaos happened. Congratulations to him. And also congratulations to Kata, who was absolutely killed and managed to get her way back up into P2, once again having to settle for second. Majumdar from 10th up into 3rd. Ricky Boy missing out on the podium. Goal 14 in P5. Axis P6 missing out on a podium once again there. It seems just when all the fighting's happen, he just sort of backs out a little bit too much. Mathigo P7. Mr. Crunk on return in P8. Patiotis P9. Ferry in P10 on return as well. Trixie P11. Nikhil in P12. And the double Zipex duo in P13 and P14. We are so kicked, but who cares? This is Prime AL. What a race.